way too thick. I'm going to have to take out every other one. There's just too many of them. But that's the cucumber on this side started. The others on the other side are further along. And I'm trying to hoe out purslane. You may have seen that ad. Don't take this out of your garden. But I find it really annoying. It's supposed to be peppery, and I guess it sort of is, but every one of these little things, if this breaks off, is going to sprout. And I mean, I'm going to have more.
Yeah, they want you to eat weed, Susan.
It's a noxious weed. I don't care what they say about it being edible. I am not a happy camper. I guess I brought this in with some compost. I don't know. But it's a hard one to control because every little teeny piece.
Yeah, and I keep seeing things telling us to eat plantain. You know, that's food
the
for
butterflies like it.
That's food for groundhogs.
And butterflies.
Groundhogs like plantain.
That's fine. They can have it. Okay.
Well, this is looking great here. That soil looks great here.
It looks pretty good. I wish the weeds weren't in it, but yes, they are. Anyway, we got what did we get last night?
And what do we have on the end? There's that peppers down there on the end.
Yeah, I just saw those at the nursery. They were on clearance because it's so late and they were way too tall. They're poblano peppers.
Okay.
I mean, they'll get this tall, but to sell them that way. But they look like they're going to come out of it. I mean, they were just stunted in their little, packet they were in.
Yeah, they look a little wilty yet.
Yeah, they will be. I think they'll come out of it.
Yeah, we got 3/10 of an inch of rain last night. We were needing it.
We were.
We'll go another couple of days and we'll be watering again.
Yeah, and here's our lovely zucchini.
Let me move this over.
Got to decide which one of these zucchinis I'm going to keep. This one or this one. I think that one looks better.
Here, let me point those out again. I wasn't looking.
There's a plant, and there's a plant, and we only need one.
Ooh.
So we have
oh man, that is hard getting rid of one of our children.
I can do it.
I've been whacking trees. I cringe every time I stick a saw in a tree I planted.
And I'm going to come out here with my pruners because I've tried this for 2 years and it seems to work. You need to put a stake there near it and start tying it up so that the zucchini kind of starts to go vertical and keep the lower leaves trimmed. And then it seems like the fungus, and you can get to where to get in there and keep the bugs off of it, and it just seems to do better.
So let that climb. Get some stakes around it, put some twine around it so they can climb a bit.
Yeah, I only put one stake last year and just tied it up as it went. I mean, it gets kind of awkward looking, but I think it did better getting it off the ground and getting the airflow. I think a lot of it's just airflow.
Yeah.
You know, keep it so it's not moisty in there and letting bugs and mildew and everything else get in there.
See, and what's our next row here? Oh, you're getting loose.
Tons of purslane. Anyway, and I have some itty bitty peppers down here.
Let me move. Hang
I
on.
just walked out to the garden to look, so I'm not dressed for gardening here. But anyway, that's a little red pepper. I started it from seed and it's late, but I'm going to see what I get. Oh well.
Okay, and here's a pepper plant right here.
Banana peppers. They usually do well.
What's that row you're on right there?
This one?
Yeah.
It's okra.
Oh.
That won't be enough okra for you. I've got another row started, but
yeah, we love the okra.
It'll be an early batch of okra for you. Okay. Oh, the tendrils of this bean just haven't quite decided they're going to all climb.
Got to help him out a little.
Help him out so he's not making a mess in the aisle. Okay, and then
we got maters.
Oh yes, we have tomatoes. I hope I stuck a tag down there because these are different ones. You know, some of them down there are Mr. Stripey. This guy's pretty good. They've got some little tomatoes down there too. Yeah.
Got some little maters growing.
This is a slicing tomato. Some of them out front are basically paste tomatoes for canning.
Got a flower in there. Oh boy.
Yeah. You look at them. Let's give it a flip and see if we can pollinate.
Yeah. Oh, you got to tell them about these different cabbages out here.
Oh, kind of my cabbage stories here.
We're looking at the big one here.
Somebody told me not to buy the pointy ones. Over there's a pointy
one. See, right there's a pointy one.
Well, the name of them was Sweet Slaw. I thought, how can you go wrong?
What is it?
Sweet Slaw. It even said.
Sweet Slaw is the name of that.
It even said not prone to cracking. Well, mine, the others I've taken out, have cracked. So I've had to harvest them. They didn't get as big as they could. Whereas these flat ones have really turned on. Not all of them, but
Yeah, that's a nice big
Yeah,
head
that's
there.
a lovely big head there. Must have landed on a heavy piece of compost I'd put out there. But some of the others won't be far behind, and they generally haven't even shown any sign of cracking, even as big as it is. You'll see the fertility of the soil as you go down there. Some of those are smaller, and I think it's just not enough
Needs
compost.
more compost.
And I have itty bitty tomato planted for late fall. There's one right there.
Okay,
So where these two cabbage come out, there will be a row of tomatoes.
And they're getting weeds. Oh, there's another weed next to that
There's
pointy
tons of weeds.
cabbage.
But I didn't come out here to weed. I just used the hoe as a crop to water. So these will have to come out because they're not going to go any further. And they are probably, if I took them out now, you'd see there was some cracking on the inside of that. I was kind of surprised once I peeled the leaf off and it was kind of split on the inside.
And man, look at that patch of lettuce down there on the end.
Yeah, don't look at the weeds in the asparagus. I can't get down on my hands and
wow,
knees.
look at that lettuce down there. We have been
We've been eating
feasting
a lot of
on
lettuce.
wilted lettuce. It's
here's the
been
best part.
wonderful.
I finally think I've succeeded at growing a decent crop of beets. And this
Let
rain
me
is
hold
really,
that back. Oh man, look
This
at
rain
that.
is really going to make a difference. So that's a nice sized beet.
Oh, we're getting some good
Some of them
beets
are
in
smaller,
there.
but most nice sized beets. So I guess next week
Gonna be pulling beets?
I'm going to pull some beets and fix them.
Oh boy.
And these are our rattlesnake beans. Those over there were
Okay,
dragon.
hold here. I'll make. Let me. Gotta give me a minute to switch. These are rattlesnake beans, and they are going up the trellis.
They are. The ones you looked at earlier that I helped up the trellis, those were dragon's tongue. And they're supposed to be a yellow bean. I don't usually plant yellow beans, but I thought I'd give it a whirl.
And last year, the rattlesnake beans were the
Most productive.
best bean out of our garden.
They really were. So. Anyway, you can sure tell how your soil is by what it's doing. The beans look nice.
And we've been putting down cardboard to cut down on weeding, and it also keeps your shoes fairly clean when you're out here working.
Oh man, look at all those darn cabbage moths. That's not good.
I mean, that's not good.
But I have basically harvested all of my broccoli over there.
Yeah, there's a couple of cabbage moths buzzing around over
Well,
there.
I have just a few side shoots, and since I've harvested all these humongous heads of broccoli off of them, I'm not too worried. I've already interplanted a row of okra in between those broccoli plants. So that's going to become another big row of okra.
Let's go down and look at that.
You know, there may be some little ones. I noticed one bare spot in there.
So yeah, these are her broccolis, and you see she's taking the top out of that.
There's an okra. They look pretty small still, but they're there. Right
and
there.
down in between.
That's
Just hold your hoe there.
There's another one. There's okra.
Oh, new okra plants down in there.
Taped from a cardboard box that never got picked up. And plenty of weeds. So as I take out these
there's
broccoli plants, there's just a few
there's
little
broccoli
pieces.
there.
Yeah, but that's not worth much.
That's not much.
So here's some side shoots. See, I've cut most of them all off. They had huge heads
Yeah, they're
on.
almost done already.
They are almost done.
We have been eating broccoli.
And I put a bunch in the freezer already. So as they come out, I will do my weeding and kind of clean up that bed. See what I can do to get. Oh, this okra looks better down here. See it?
Here, let me get over there.
See, that row is thicker there, so I think, we just need to replant a few back there where it looks pretty sickly.
They're looking pretty good.
Along with the
Another weed. We got weed.
Yeah, we do. But these broccoli really had big heads on this year, so I was really happy with that. But the bugs are taking it, so. And more peppers. We've got a row of jalapeno, a row of sweet peppers, and then the lovely eggplant, which is really a pretty
These are
plant.
eggplants, and my gosh, the flowers are beautiful on these eggplants. Look at that, it's just beautiful.
And can you see where my hand is here?
Oh, let me zoom. Oh, I'll put your hand back here again. It takes me a minute just to look back and forth. I don't
Some
have.
on each plant. They're kind of small still.
I don't have my glasses on. Hold on. I'm trying to find your
That
hand
looks
there.
kind of white up at the top, but I guess it's all gonna.
Yeah, there you can see a little eggplant starting up there. There we go.
We've got a little eggplant over here. You can still see the blossom.
Okay, let me hang on. Hold on to that a minute.
But there will be more.
Well, we're gonna have eggplants.
Yeah. It looks like after that
That's
rain,
great.
I'd better get some dust, because that is one thing that you cannot. These are small heads. This was Imperial. Did not do well. Iron Man was the best broccoli.
This is Imperial broccoli.
And I
did not do well.
with it.
And which one was a good one?
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man was huge. Iron Man had double the size of heads. I mean, I've never seen such big heads as Iron Man had, but not doing those again. And here's your habaneros, David.
Oh, habanero peppers.
They're looking good.
What, we got two of those plants?
4.
4 of them. Oh boy.
More habanero than you'll know what to
I'm going to have to be eating more habanero powder.
Well, I want to make that jelly.
Yeah, those are so good.
So anyway.
Habanero peppers are really something.
Hope springs eternal. I don't think I'll get a Brussels sprout, but I'm going to let them grow. It just, I guess.
That's the Brussels sprouts there. And she's not getting anything on them.
Well, they're kind of a cold weather crop, I suppose. This gets warm too. Even though I planted them super early, it just gets warm too soon. I hope they don't die, and maybe in the fall.
And then out there she's got
horseradish and rhubarb.
Rhubarb. There's rhubarb. And over here we've got horseradish. Oh boy. And more tomatoes down here.
I think this is going to be our first tomato. This will be my bed.
Hold on, let me get over here and take a look. This is going to be our first. Oh, look at the tomatoes down in there. Oh yeah.
I have others, but that's the biggest.
Yeah, we got tomatoes down in there. Yep, we're going to have some tomatoes.
You can break that box down yet.
Yeah, we got really lazy. We put up these cages, and we drive a fence post, T-post between each one, and used to, we'd tie them up with wire or twine. We use zip ties. Zip ties are easy and fast.
Oh my gosh, we got to weed these. Also, we have to prune the lower branches because they need air. I saw a little bit of early blight trying to come in on one, so we have got to get in here and prune. See what we can do about it. Got a little bit of funky growth, which I wonder if this one was more susceptible to something. This should not be growing down like that. It's not right. Oh, that's got some blight.
You want a knife to whack that off?
No, I'll have to come back out. This has some early blight. It's trying to show up, and it's not quite right. That's okay. We'll come out and get all the lower branches off. Look at the depth of color in these.
Here, I'm moving. You got to give me a minute to get there. Which one you want?
Nice dark color. These are Jet Star.
Jet Stars.
I think that's super sauce. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, super sauce is not looking right.
But
and that's Jet Star over there. I'm still looking at Jet Stars. We're gonna switch.
Nice dark color. And yeah, these are super sauce over here.
You're gonna make everybody seasick moving that fast, Susan.
At any rate.
Oh, look at the little tomato. What kind of are those in there?
Super sauce. They'll be paste.
Yeah.
Tomatoes will cook with them.
Got little tomatoes in there.
I need to get out of here. Like I said, I'm not dressed for this. They're blooming up a storm.
And, oh man, look at the onions on the end here.
Oh, yeah, the onions are kind of another story for me. Oh, another one going to seed, darn it. Once they do this, they will no longer grow much. They won't.
Show it to the camera, Susan. I'm trying to focus.
Matter. I will break it off, but that's the seed. Here,
let me get it in front of the camera.
That's the seed starting on an onion.
That's not good.
That's not good if you want a bulb. Because that onion bulb will probably never get any bigger than that. It's not near what it should be. But it does respond to being too dry or temperature variation. There's another one. I'm going to lose a lot of these onions. So what I'm going to end up doing is probably chopping them before their time. I'm hoping some of them make it.
Can you just go through and prune the tops off of them?
Once they've started to bolt, the inside onion in the middle is already got a time clock going.
Oh.
So yeah, it's too late. But this one doesn't have one on it. And they say they should be mature when they have 13 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's like got 6, maybe at best 7, so it's got a long way to go. Don't know if it'll make it or not. The temperatures and the weather have kind of not been in their favor. Last year I did really well with them, but I really kept them watered better. This year I haven't been able to get out and water them.
Oh, look out here in our yard. See the little orange flags? Each of those orange flags is a swamp white oak that's come up from seed. Volunteer out there. And we are going to be digging those and moving them to good locations.
Don't put mint near your garden, although it was already here before the garden.
Show that. Don't put mint by the garden?
No.
Well, how are you going to have juleps?
Find some other place for it. It wants to take over the garden.
Oh man, we could have a party with that.
One of these is spearmint and one of them is peppermint.
Run down to the package store and get a bottle of booze.
Well,
it'd be all set.
I think you got more mint than you can drink.
Yeah, probably it'd do us in.
Yeah, it would. And for potatoes, honestly, I've had better potato crops. They're blooming, they're there. But they look green because there's a lot of weeds and marigolds in there. I'm afraid if I had been able to keep up with weeding in the marigolds, it would look so good. But we'll get what we get out of them.
That's a good looking patch of potatoes to me.
Are you seeing the weeds?
Yeah, I see it. But
the green.
But the potatoes are dominant. Oh, I see some grass in there. We need to get in and pull that out.
Yep, I see that as well.
But potatoes are showing dominance, so they'll stay ahead of the weeds.
Well,
need to pull that grass.
Where those weeds are, there's a blank spot.
Grass is a bad thing.
Yeah, but where those weeds are, there's a blank spot in the hill. Something rotted and didn't come on up. But hey, we get what we get. You never know. It's always it's like a Easter egg hunt when it comes to potatoes. You never know what's under the ground.
That's right.
You need to be working on this. They're almost getting too big to do it. Get them inside the cage so they're not hanging out so much. That kind of broke that one off, I think. It'll live. Yep.
You can see our method here. We use zip ties. Boy,
and these other ties hanging on them are to hang up the branches as they start to poke through. Interesting. Not as many tomatoes as I've had in I think even last year maybe, but they'll be enough.
Yeah.
They will be.
Pretty good looking garden.
It's not bad.
Yeah, we might get some blackberries. Got a
we will.
nice batch of blackberries coming on out there.
If the deer don't eat off all the ends.
The blooms are just about gone.
Yep.
Of course, yeah, the deer come out. The deer are around this garden every day.
Oh, I can see what they're eating off the tops, but they can't get them all. But nonetheless, I didn't realize that thornless blackberries traveled like they do. I mean, every time a branch goes down to the soil, it's got a new plant. It's kind of getting away from me, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to make a decision. And they only bloom on new stalks. So last year's new stalks are what has the blooms.
Hey, run a fire through it.
No, I'm not running a fire through that.
That's how you renew a blackberry patch. Burn them off. In 2 years, you got new berries coming on.
That's okay. I'm good with these thornless the way they are. I don't know how they might be more. They might not be as hardy. I'm feeling bad about my onions, though. I was really wanting these onions not to bolt. They don't have bad size start on the bulb, but they need to grow.
Well, can you come out here and zip the tops off of all of them before they bolt and prevent that?
No, the bolting is starting in the center of that onion, sending up that seed stalk. It has to do with, like I said, temperature and the constancy of moisture. And yeah, I normally would have weeded these better, but like I said, I couldn't bend over, so they got what they got. I guess we'll find out this year that weeds are not nearly as bad as we might think, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that's about the tour today.
We're going to fix some lunch.
Yep, time to eat.
You want wilted lettuce?
Oh, wilted lettuce sounds wonderful. Okay. Get those weeds.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Well, thank you all for visiting. And there's our tour guide, Susan.
Oh, yes.
Here, Susan.
Hi. I've been to the pool, so.
Yeah, she's been to water. She's been in water exercise this morning for her hips. So.
And everything.
And everything else.
Everything else that hurts.
Anyway, catch you all later. Thank you for visiting.
You got a wasp on you.